Hey everyone, I'm here in Hanoki Village, which is on the west coast of Taiwan. And if the name Hanoki sounds a little bit more Japanese to you than Taiwanese, then you've got a good ear. This actually was a village that was built in the early 1900s when there was a very long-standing Japanese occupation of the island. And the village was originally built to house those workers who were harvesting lumber from nearby forests to help build railroads, to help develop the infrastructure of the island.
Hanoki Village was almost lost to the ages, but thankfully the Taiwanese government has recently restored this area to preserve its history.
Now, behind me is a house that's extra special. If you've ever seen the movie Kano, which is a great film, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend, about a scrappy team of Taiwanese who play baseball for a Japanese coach, this is actually the home of the coach.
Just down the street from Hanoki Village, you'll find a railway station that was there to carry the workers from Hanoki Village to our final destination today, Alishan. Unlike the workers today, we won't be taking the train. Instead, we'll be driving to Alishan, and we'll be going deep into the mountains of Taiwan. Along the way, we decided to stop for some lunch. And what better way to get some lunch on our way to Alishan than in the same style that those workers would have had their lunch on their way to the same area. Lunch was served to us in round stainless steel containers, just like those that were used to feed the workers on their way to work in the forests. After lunch, we decided to take a short walk through the forest to really appreciate the beauty of the Taiwanese cypress. It's easy to see why these tall, straight trees were valued so much by the Japanese as building materials. Back on the road to Alishan, as our elevation increased, we were treated to some beautiful views of the valley below. After about an hour, we finally arrived at our final destination, Alishan, where we stayed at the Alishan House Hotel. This hotel is inside of the national park that houses the forests, so we could simply walk out of our guest room and onto a series of trails that would lead us through the forest so that we could enjoy the beautiful Taiwanese cypress that it contains. I was prepared for the beauty of the forest, but not for how saddening it would be to see these giant trees cut down to the stump by those occupiers nearly a century ago. Some stumps are so large that many people at a time can stand inside their footprints. These trees must have been gigantic. In fact, so troubled were the workers participating in this project that they demanded that a shrine be built to the mountain spirit as an apology for what had happened here. Just when we thought things couldn't get any more depressing, they suddenly changed. We realized that the forest still contains many, many beautiful giant Taiwanese cypress. These trees didn't meet the Japanese standard for the construction projects for which they were intended, so they were spared because they were considered useless.
That's a really big tree.
So by virtue of their imperfections, these giant Taiwanese cypress were spared. They really are a beautiful thing to behold up close, and I would recommend a trip to Alishan for anyone. I enjoyed this immensely. With our mission for the day accomplished, having seen the trees of Alishan, we enjoyed a sunset before heading off to bed to get ready for tomorrow's adventure, which would start by watching the sun rise over the tallest peak in all of Taiwan.